Hello, Stony fam. Tomorrow's going to be 420. I'm super freaking excited. I know that a lot of you guys are. I hope everybody is pretty much amped for tomorrow. It's going to be a really good day, I think. Despite the fact that I have to work, which kind of sucks. But at least I get to get stoned in the beginning of the day. So I do have some time to get stoned. I hope everybody else is going to have some weed or however you want to consume. And you are enjoying yourself for this lovely holiday that's coming up. But also make sure you're paying attention to the deals that are going on too, because a lot of dispensaries are having a lot of cool, fun deals and fun stuff going on. Even like vendors will come and like have, I think, free things that are giving out. So I would pay attention to all the dispensaries around you, like what they're doing for tomorrow. So today I really wanted to just I've briefly talked about this before, but I want to dedicate this entire episode, I guess, podcast episode to this specific topic and what I want to express to you guys. So I want to talk about my journey, my cannabis journey. So everyone has their own journey when it comes to cannabis. Whether, however long you've started it from, how you've used it and consumed it for your own needs, how that benefits you. So everybody is different with how it benefits them. Some people like to use it just for fun, and they don't really consume it all the time, maybe here and there, maybe once a week, maybe one bowl, or even like a hit of a bowl or a hit of a joint. They don't really need to consume that much. Vice versa, on the flip side of that, there are people that have to consume a lot more to sustain the benefit that they're trying to get from that. Well, my journey, it begins and it starts with when I was a teenager. So when I was about 15 years old, I think I want to say, I smoked for the first time. The first time that I'd also smoked was also the first time I'd ever drank before. So that time I kind of cancel out the official time that I ever smoked. So I remember after that, I was drunk more than I was stoned. So the real first time that I ever smoked was out of a bong. And it was in one of my friend of a friend's bathrooms. So I went to hang out with my friend for the day. We had planned this. So we talked about it for, I think, maybe a day or two about how we were going to smoke. And she was nervous. I'd done it before, like I just mentioned, but I didn't remember how it felt because I was more drunk than anything. I didn't remember being high. So I didn't know what that was really going to feel like. And I'd never hit a bong before. So we borrow one of our friend's bongs as we're at one of my friend of a friend's house. We go into the bathroom because I and her, we both were just too anxious to be near anybody. I think I told this story before a while ago, but we're going to tell it again. So sorry if you don't want to hear it again. Fast forward or don't listen. Sorry. Anyway, so I'm smoking with her. Before we even get to getting the smoking down, she goes to hit it. She does it the wrong way. Blows the weed everywhere. Gets fucking water all over herself. It's kind of funny, but also like annoying because we had to figure out how to get it back together again because we don't smoke. So then we finally do get it all ready. We smoke. And I remember going down the stairs and just coughing the entire time. My throat felt like it was on fire, like it was going to burn out. I get a cup of juice. I'm like chugging some Hawaiian punch. I'm just laying on the couch. I'm just laying there, my legs out, reclined. And they put on The Land Before Time, and I'm eating dinosaur chicken nuggets. I was feeling the greatest probably I've ever felt in my entire time of smoking weed. I don't think I've ever relaxed that fully. And it maybe kind of messed up that I ate dinosaur chicken nuggets while watching that, but whatever. I mean, I wasn't thinking of it that way. Who doesn't like dinosaur chicken nuggets? They're OP. Anyway. And kind of after that, it took really precedent in my life because as I gotten older, I really found that I liked it a lot. So after that time, I really did like it, but it wasn't something that I started to do all the time. It was like on the weekends I would smoke. Then it went from, okay, I'll smoke at night. So I went from weekends. Then, okay, at night I'll only smoke. And then I was smoking like during the daytime as well. And then it also progressed to like before school and like just stupid. I was kind of stupid sometimes, I will admit, going into school like as stoned as I was. But I kind of just needed to, with my situation at home, I also needed to get very high to deal with that, and then going to school when I'm kept up all night, not able to sleep. That's a whole other story. But once I come fully comfortable with myself and smoking it and knowing what it was doing for me, I became an avid like everyday smoker. So, and that stayed in my life. So I've smoked for every day or try to. Of course, there's times when we can't afford things. I mean, not everybody. I am one of those people. I didn't grow up with the luxury of having anything handed to me. I've had to work my entire life to get where I'm at. And my family has never had that much money. Like on my side, my mother, my father, everybody else in my family, they all got money. for some reason, we just didn't luck out like that. I don't know. But we've made work. I've made it work. And I'm very proud of what I've done with myself. And I'm thankful and grateful for what I do have. So, and that is also why I'm saying this, is because I feel this way because of cannabis. If cannabis wasn't in my life, I wouldn't have been able to afford and pay for the things either that I have. Because I've worked in the industry, it's helped as well. It was paying my bills. It was paying so I could afford my medicine, which I do like to call it that as well, because it is my medicine. I do like to get stoned. I do like to have fun, but it is, at the end of the day, as well, my medicine. I need it to deal with the horrible anxiety that I have that just flows through me, which I didn't even start having until like 2 years ago. But that's pretty much where my journey had started. I was young. I was a teenager. I started smoking here and there with friends, and then it kind of progressed into, this is okay. This is going to be an everyday thing. This is going to be what's going to make me feel better when I'm not feeling good, or when I want to feel better, just to feel better. And then I wish I could remember for the life of me, like, what my first post was. Like my first canna post. I like to call them canna posts, but cannabis picture. I was on Tumblr, of course. That's where I really originated with any of my content that was weed related. I really enjoyed posting on there. Like back in 2010, that was where you'd love to go. That was the fun place to go. And I remember, at least the feeling I had. I don't remember what pictures I'd taken that were my original first, weed pictures, but I do remember feeling like, this is fun. I really enjoy doing this. I really enjoy taking pictures of this. Like, this is fun. And that's kind of what I've carried on now, like that's something that really kept going through my head and making me feel like, okay, I enjoy making content. I enjoy making cannabis content, especially. So that has been a part of my journey too. Because not everybody wants to post about it, take pictures about it. Like, they just want to consume it. So there again is where I'm saying everyone is different when it comes to their journey with it. But that's a different part of it. It's not really the emotional and the physical benefit of it that I am actually experiencing from using it. Like, with my ailments, like, it actually helps quite a lot. And it's been proven to help a lot of people with things. So I think that everyone should go at their own pace. So if you just started consuming cannabis, I wouldn't per se go and, maybe take a huge giant gram dab if you haven't really smoked before. Just certain things that you can, try to kind of wean yourself into it. Usually when somebody had just started consuming, I would recommend them to, do some type of regimen of that, or however they're going to consume it. Like, try to keep it, pretty low at first, because you can always add more, but you can't take it away after you've already consumed it. There is a trick though. If you are very, very out of it, stoned, you feel wicked anxious, you're not feeling the best, finding your hands on some pure CBD would definitely help. Try to get that feeling to go away, and drink lots of water. Try to help yourself get more hydrated. I also I don't know what this does for everyone else. I don't know what scientifically this does, but it helps me. I like to eat food. If you eat something, get that feeling to go away. Because whenever I eat a bunch of food, my high goes away pretty quickly, actually. So if you do that, all those things, that could and should help. So, and there's a lot of helpful information on like Leafly and other websites that can tell you more about that stuff. So, because that's where I learned it. But yeah, as I'm saying with my journey, like, I not only had I used this as a medicine for myself, but it's also something that's in my everyday life as I make content, and when I was working in the industry, which that is another reason I wanted to make this podcast today, to give an update that I'm taking a break. I am not budgeting at the moment. I will be again soon. It's just not something that I can do right now. It's not feasible for me to get to any shops that are around me since I had to move again. So it's been a little bit of an adjustment, but you got to do what you have to do for me. You have to do what you have to do when you're in this position like I am in. So, but that doesn't take away from my knowledge of anything. It doesn't take away from my passion, any of that. Only the fact that I don't actually have a place to call my shop anymore. So, but I don't want to make this podcast sad. I'm not really sitting here very upset about it anymore. I've kind of come to terms with accepting that this is just a break. It's not that I'm done forever. I just can't at the moment for other reasons. And once I get things going for myself and get like a car and other things done, I can do other things that I would like to do. So everyone's journey when it comes to this, like I've said over and over, is different. Even in comparison, trying to give a quick example, like my mother, she had not started consuming up until about like 3 or 4 years ago, maybe 3 or 4. And prior to that was super against it and didn't even want it to even be open to trying it. But now that she's been using it, she is an epileptic. And she has other things that she has that I would like to not discuss because it's not, I don't want to share it on here. But it helps a lot with all those things. So she's been using it in a different form than I do. I don't prefer to use edibles mainly. I like to consume them here and there. It's fun for me. I like to just eat a whole bunch and kind of just knock out if I'm going to do that. Or just kind of vibe and play some video games or whatever I'm going to do. I haven't really taken edibles that often as she does. So that's her consumption method. Everyone is different. Like, I prefer to have my bong all the time. I don't like to smoke that much of other different methods. I've been smoking joints lately, but I love my bong. At the end of the day, like, that's my favorite. I love glass. So everybody's different, and that's a part of that journey as well. Like, we are all pretty much trying to find ourselves within life and also within this. Because when you are also going through this journey, you're going to be having trial and error. You're going to try a lot of different things, maybe a lot, whatever you're going to try. And it's going to be different, and you don't know what it's going to exactly feel like until you try it. So, and you never know, like, you'll find maybe, I have personally certain strains that I'll find that were perfect. They hit the nail on the head. Like, I just loved them. I absolutely needed to keep getting them for this reason. So it's highly, 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 I recommend paying attention to what you are consuming. Like, what the strain is, what the terps are. All of those things, everything. You know, the THC is not the biggest benefactor. You need to pay attention to everything around it as a whole. And once you do that, you can control your experience, in my opinion. I feel like you can balance out and make sure you have, not definitively, but you can try to make sure you have a great time. And if not even just have a great time, but help with the pain and whatever you're dealing with. So it's helped me not only just with stuff going on physically, mentally, and in times when I've had really bad shit happen, it's nice to be able to pull out the bong and weed and just smoke and try to make that crappy feeling just go away that you've had to deal with. So I would say out of everything that there is to offer, like what they have, like drugs, you know, alcohol, all that, weed is top tier. But anyway, I'm rambling, very stoned at the moment, as y'all can probably tell. But that is okay, because all I'm saying is some good shit that we all know and want to talk about, which is cannabis. I also remember part of my journey. I remember my first time trimming. I still have my first leaf. So there's a lot of different things that you can learn when it comes to cannabis, and more things you can learn every day. So when I first got into the industry, it felt like just this wave of knowledge just smacking me in the face. I didn't really understand all of these things when it came to cannabis, and it made me realize, wow, maybe there's certain strains too that I've smoked that have made it not helpful for me. So it's been nice to be able to learn all of these things, and I've always been interested in like science and stuff like that anyway, so it's cool to learn about. But again, like I just said, I'm rambling, so I'm going to end this podcast. I think that I pretty much am at a place where I want to end it. That is kind of the end of my journey, although it is continuing every day. So I can't really say that. I'm taking that back. It's not the end of my journey, but it is the end of my beginning of my journey. We are going to continue that every day. I'm always making content. I'm always learning more things. So it's pretty much up to you where you want your journey to go and how far you'd like it to go. But anyway, guys, I'm going to end this podcast. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day, your night, wherever time it is that you're listening to this at. And have a fucking amazing 420, because we all deserve it. The past year's been shit. We can all agree. So we deserve this amazing 420. So get lit. Have a great day. And talk to y'all later. Peace.